Hey, welcome to the bird's mouth video. The bird's mouth video, studying birds' mouths. Birds' mouths. I got a plan on the left-hand side here. Give me some shit. What's automatically automatic? Sorry, automatic. I have a house on the far left over here. Okay, I have two plants here. One on the left, one on the right. I'm going to talk about the one on the left. This one right here. First of all, it's an out of the box wall. All I did was I think I changed the ceiling height to 97 inches, and the roofs I changed to 5 and 12 pitch. I changed the roof to a 5 and 12 pitch, and the rafter depth is a true 12 inches, real 12 inches. Look at the bird's mouth seat, 5.5 inches. That makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, when I didn't uncheck automatic bird's mouth cut. You know what I'm saying. When you go into your roof diagram, your roof dialog box over here, you can have a automatic bird's cut, and I went with an auto. I don't know where that 5.5 came from. Why is it 5.5? Why is it 5.5? Let me open up a new plan. What's the bird's mouth cut? Automatic. Why is it 5.5? I don't know. That's weird. So think about it. Why is it 5.5? Here, I just built this. Now let's build. What's my roof? Why does this flip over here like this? Well, what's my 5.5? I'm going to build a roof on this. QQ. What's the bird's mouth cut? Should be 3.5. It's a 2x4 wall. What's the bird's mouth cut? Oh, the bird's mouth 3.5. 3.5. You check that out. You see what just happened? Suddenly it's building the bird's mouth seat at 3.5 because I have 3.5-inch walls. But before I drew those walls, that's weird. And this is stuff that you don't even think about. Now let me check out the bird's mouth cut. Now it's 5.5. Now it's 5.5. ain't that a pistol, buddy? I'm doing 2x4 walls. Okay. Now I come over here and hit the. Why did I do that again? Double click this and it's bird's mouth. Okay, it's 5.5. Okay, automatic cuts 5.5. I get it. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's some way it's internally programmed by Chief. Suppose I just do this right here. Now what's the bird's mouth seat here? 3.5. This makes sense. It's a 2x4 wall, right? Okay, good. If I check over here, what is it? 3.5 or 5.5? Automatic's 5.5. So somehow Chief has it programmed in their little mind that I'm going to be using 2x6 exterior walls. So that's automatically. I guess that's how. But I can't uncheck this and do whatever I want. Okay, but who changes that? Don't we always leave that the way it is? Don't save it. Okay, so I should start my timer. So that all makes sense to me. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, that makes it's a 5.5-inch bird's mouth cut. I get it. I'm going to come back over here on the same plan. I'm going to do 2x4 walls, bum, 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 bum. And I'm going to put a roof over there. I should have a 3.5-inch bird's cut. I guess I get that. I sort of internally programmed it. It's 5.5 inches for whatever reason. Hang on. But I'm going to show you something in a minute that is really just blowing my mind. And bird's mouth seat 3.5. Makes sense. 2x4 wall, 3.5. It's automatic cut. We all understand that. But the question is, I want to change the bird's mouth seat. I just want to. The roof's already built. I want to change it. I can't change it. Okay, I can't. And that's what started this whole thing. I wanted to know if you could change it, and you can't. And I guess I get that. Control C W. Oh, this is bird's junk 2. I don't know why I did that. Who cares? W. But now I'm going to show you another plan that I built. HF. F6. W. I built something over here. This is I got 5 and 12 pitch on this roof. Okay, I changed this to 5 and 12 pitch. I do not have a. Actually, I think I built this with the ceiling in there initially. But what do you think the bird's mouth seat on this is? By the way, these are all 2x4s except this. That's a 2x8 wall, and this is a 2x12 wall. 2x12, 2x8, and the rest are 2x4s. What do you think the bird's mouth cut is on this one? Bird's mouth seat, 3.5. Makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense, doesn't it? 3.5, 2x4 wall, 3.5 inch bird's mouth seat. I get it. Perfect. What do you think this wall is right here? I built. Notice I have 3 roofs here. 1, 2, 3, and I built each one on their 2x4 wall, 2x8 wall, 2x12 wall. What's the bird's mouth seat? 7.5. Why is it 7.5? I don't know. What's this one over here? 7.5. It's a 2x8 wall. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me because it's on a 2x8 wall. What about this one over here? What size is that bird's mouth seat? 7.5. Why is it 7.5? I don't know. What about the bird's mouth depth? 3 1/8. What's the bird's mouth depth over here? 3 1/8. Okay, so all those roofs plane in together. We all get that. We all get that. So they all plane in together. And I think I built these roofs before I took the ceiling out. Okay. Let me try this again. I'm going to try this. It didn't make any sense to me. By the way, I built a couple walls over here, and I put I built a roof on it. I mean, I put a roof on that wall. It's not in a room. It's just on a wall. What's the bird's mouth seat? 0. Check that out. 0. Now, this is something that you might have to understand because just be aware that if you put a roof on a wall, that it might actually change the lock baseline height. That might change. I bet all these baseline heights. Look at this, 105 3/16. I bet this is 105 3/16 baseline. Oh no, it's 106. Got a fucking pistol, man. Does that make sense to you? Okay, if the baseline heights are different on those roofs, then these 3 roofs, what's that baseline height again? 106 7/8, okay? .108, that's a higher baseline height. So what am I telling you? I am telling you I don't think that makes any sense. I don't think that makes any sense. Which one's higher? Base. You know, everybody knows where the baseline height is, right? 108 9/16. Let me double check something over here. 108 9/16. So that's lower. So if I cut a section back in this direction, HB, if I cut a section back in this direction, I should see. It's exactly what I should see. Each roof plane is higher than the next one. That's exactly what I should see based on the different roof line heights, baseline heights. Just to refresh your memory, if you don't know what HB, if you don't know what where the baseline height is measured, it's measured. FRAM. I don't know why this isn't automatic. I mean, when I cut a section, don't I want to see the roof, the framing? I mean, is that so hard to understand? It's not that difficult to understand. So what I'm saying is the baseline height is 1.1. The baseline height is That's the baseline height. That's where it's measured. It's measured from the outside face of the wall up until it hits the roof sheathing. I believe that is where the baseline height is measured from. You want to double check me? I'll double check it. Okay. This is the highest roof, UU. I bet it's 108 9/16. 108 9/16. So am I going to tell you 108 9/16? 108 9/16. 108 9/16. UU 108 9/16. There it is, right there. 108 9/16. So it's exactly right. That I'm absolutely correct. So think about this. I just told you that all three of these roofs actually have a different baseline height. I can't explain it. Doesn't make sense to me, I don't think, because don't all these walls have the same bird's mouth seat, 3.5 inches and 3 1/8 inch depth cut? So if the roofs all have a different plate line height, if the roofs all have the same baseline height, yet the bird's mouth depths and seats are constant, something's got to change. And it's the top plates themselves. I think you're going to find. Let's just check it out. I bet the plate line heights are just a little different. You can't see it in this picture, but I bet they are. HB, cut a section right through here. WA. What's that height of that plate right there? UU. Oh, 97 inches. Oh, okay, perfect. That's what that's perfect. What about over here? You think that's 97 inches? Oh, see that? I bet that's 97 inches. It is 97 inches tall. I'm telling you, it's 97 inches because I can see it right there. Okay. All right, here I'm going to make my statement. I'm going to make my statement in a second. I'm not going to get into why I did this. HB got a section right through there. F6. There you go. There you go. Look at where this is the 2x4 wall. Look where that thing hits the 2x4 wall, right at the end of the. So are the ceilings going to be different? The ceilings have to be 3 different elevations, right? Think about it. Look, I'm looking at this picture right here. I'm telling you that the top plates are the same level, right? The top plates are the same exact elevation. Yeah, 97. On the 2x12 wall, the plate's at 97. WA, top plate's at 97 inches. Yeah, that's at 97 inches. I can just tell. The walls are in line. And the ceiling hits the outside, the interior face of the stud of the 2x4 wall, interior face of the 2x8, 2x12 wall over here. So what's got to be different? The ceilings have to be different. I mean, watch this, QQ. If I select these things, this is too much stuff to think about because I'm telling you, we never notice this stuff, right? We just perfect. We don't notice this stuff, do we? It doesn't matter to us. HJ, let's take a look at these ceiling planes. There they are, okay? You think they're all at different heights? I bet they are. I bet the ceilings, no. F6, floor plan. Here we go. Here we go. Let me move this right to there. Okay, I move this root right to here. Here they are. They're actually different elevations. Those planes are at different elevations. And you can see it right there. And if I looked at it at the HH, if I looked at it on top, they're different elevations. Let me think about this. Stop. Okay, I'm going to make a statement here. This roof right here, the bird's mouth seat, which it's not 7.5. That's really 11.5 because it's a 2x12 wall. This is really 7.5 bird's mouth seat. It's not a 2x8 wall. Makes sense. And this is wrong information. This is a 3.5-inch bird's mouth seat. What's the bird's mouth seat on this? 3.5 inches. It makes perfect sense to me. Suppose I change this to a 2x12 wall. Give it 8 inches. Add 8 inches to it, okay? Did I make it? Did I make it 12 inches? I forgot. I gotta add another 4 inches. I want to make it I'm gonna make it a 2x12 wall. Another 4 inches. Okay. What's the bird's mouth seat? 11.5 inches. Ain't that a pistol? HP. I'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. We already are. I'm trying to come up with a conclusion. I'm trying to make a definitive statement here. The WA. What's the plate height right there? Should be 97. And it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. I'm gonna make it 97. This is what it should be. This is what it should be. 97 inches. That's where it. No, I'm really freaking confused, man. What's the ceiling? What's the ceiling height in here? 97 inches. Perfect. That's exactly what I expected. That's the 97-inch line, isn't it? Why is that plate going up and down? I don't know. I'm gonna delete it. Okay. Now I'm at 97 inches. Now I'm gonna draw the wall. And this is one of the things that this is a point I'm going to try to make here, and that is if you build a roof at 5 and 12, and your client comes back and says he wants it at 8 and 12, if you really want to be right on, you better rebuild that roof. You just can't select the roofs and change the pitch because it will throw something off. I'm telling you that. That makes sense, doesn't it? That's exactly where it should be. That's exactly where it should be. UU. And the bird's mouth seat's 11.5. It's an automatic cut. Makes sense to me. What happens if I change this wall back to a 2x4 wall? I don't know what all this stuff means. It's just something to be aware of. There's some. See what just happened? And this is where the whole thing started from. I already had my roof planes built. I wanted my top plates to stay in the same elevation. But if I raised or lowered my roof, I wanted to raise and lower my roof by just 2 inches or so. But I wanted the top plates to stay in the same location. And for that to happen, for me to raise the roof up 1 or 2 inches and my top plates to stay in the same location, the bird's mouth seat would have to change. Because I never changed the automatic cut. Okay, so there you go. I don't know. The wall changed in height, and all I did is change the thickness of the wall. I guess it makes sense. UU, change it to a 2x8 wall. Good, I get that, but it's still not where it should be. It's still not. You can see where it's not at the 12-foot plate line. So, all right. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Okay, I'm going to change this to a 2x4 wall, and this is what happens when you build something. Okay, you think I made a mistake there? I think I did. I'm on a 2x4 wall. This is simple. I use 2x4 walls. We all do 2x4 walls, don't we? Check that out. Don't know why that happened. Delete. Pull this back. I'm going to build a roof on a 2x4 wall. QQ, sorry. QQ. All right, where's my, oh, there it is. It's at 97 inches, very good. Okay, now your client comes and says, or your engineer comes back and he says, wait a second, I need a 2x8 wall there because it has a huge load on it. Let's see what happens. Top plates went up, didn't they? Top plates went up, didn't they? Does that make sense? I think it sort of does. But let's put a ceiling in here. Let's put the ceiling back in. See what happens. I've had the top plates go back down. That's what I expected. The top plates went back down. So I'm sort of torn between. Well, that's. Okay, here's the deal. I don't want a ceiling in this. And this is why I think the whole point of this is if you start making some changes to this stuff, you better be aware of how it's going to affect your model. You better be aware of how it's going to affect your model. You might have to rebuild the roof for whatever reason. And maybe that's why some people advocate automatic rebuilding of roofs, which I don't like to use for my own little reasons. But so I'm going to take the ceiling off of this thing. The top plates went up. You saw that. So what's the point? What's the point? Stop. I think this is what I'm going to say. And I'm not sure if I ever thought about this. Automatic bird's mouth cut. That's probably the mistake I've been making. And am I right there? Because suppose you have a 2x12 wall. Do you really want a 4x6 to have an automatic cut, which means it cuts right on the interior face of your stud of your top plate? And that's essentially what happened on my model that I was building. I had 2x12 exterior walls, and I had 4x6 exposed rafters, and it built to the very edge of it, which I sort of understand. I guess sort of what am I getting at is okay. Final thing. Let's see if I can do one final thing. Let me take a let me. I don't know what I can't make a definitive statement yet. Okay, cancel. I'll get rid of this. I'm going to. No, I don't want to save it. Back to the original HF. HF. HF, F6. Okay, here we go. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this and this coplanar I'm gonna make. Oh well, I want to make everything coplanar with what? I don't know what I want to make a coplanar with. I'm gonna make a coplanar with a 2x8 wall. I'm gonna make. So I want that to be coplanar with that. I want that to be coplanar with the same wall. The point now is the ceiling will be this. The ceiling will join. That's what I'm getting at, and that's what you want to see, right? You there now. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Check that out. I've got a gap there. I've got a gap there, mother. I know this is more information than we want to know, but I'm doing it anyway. There we go. Now, check that out. See, really what you should have done, or I should have done at the very beginning, is I should have all made it coplanar with this roof plane right there. Watch this. I'm going to drop that down. I don't know how. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to drop it down. I don't know. I'm going to make up a number. Minus 2. Looking good, okay? Now I'm going to make everything coplanar with that. Coplanar. I'm going to make it, and I'm going to make this roof coplanar with this. Now you've got all the ceiling planes working. All the ceiling planes fit very nicely. All the ceiling planes fit very nicely. W. And the question is, what has happened to the HF? What has happened to the... There you go. The top plates change. Those top plates change. 2 different top plate heights, right? Am I right? Over here. Ain't that a pistol? I can't get I can't get anything consistent. I mean, these top plates are 2 different heights, aren't they? But these are the same elevation, but they shouldn't be. I don't think. I don't know. W. Let's just cut a couple. I'm gonna end this thing. Yeah, this is boring. All of this. Okay. I got it. HF. HB. HB. Yep. See that? See that? It's different than this one here, isn't it? Now let's cut one more section right through the 2x12 wall. There you go. There you go. Check that out. Check that out. W. Hey, I swear I don't have a good answer on what's happening here. But you will notice on the 2x12 wall, I guess it's very nice. I guess that's what you want, isn't it? You don't want a real deep cut there. I guess that works fine. I guess. The 2x4 wall works pretty good, right? That Raptor comes down and hits right on the corner of the top plates. Here's the 2x8 wall. This is the bastard wall. This is the wall that's not quite what I would have expected. There's not any consistency here. This 2x8 wall, these top plates should have, to be consistent, should have dropped down to there. That's what I'm getting at. Ain't that a pistol? Ain't that a pistol, man? Why is this ceiling again here? QQ. Why is it? Cancel. Why does it keep flipping it back to? Who cares? Who the heck cares, man? I'll go just double. I'm ending this right now. Automatic wall. It's automatic wall framing. Yeah. So that wall. Watch this wall on the 2x8 wall as we go down. Oh, it didn't. Wait a second. What happened? F12. F12. It just went back up. There it is. Bottom left corner, bottom left corner. There's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't make sense to me. This is more information than we usually need, but I mean, do you guys ever end up with this kind of stuff right here? 2x12, 2x12 wall going into a 2x6 wall, and this wall? Maybe you don't. What's the UU? The bird's mouth seat is bird's mouth. Oh, 12 and 5/16. Where'd that come from? Oh, because I've been monkeying around with it. What's this UU? Still. Now, see, once you start messing around with this stuff, the bird's mouth seat's all wrong. Is that a 12 and 5/16 inch bird seat? Bird's mouth seat? I don't know. What about this one? You think that's 12 and 5/16? Yep. No, we know it's not. I'm done. Just be aware of some really funny things. You got to really kind of do whatever you want to do. I don't care. That's the end. That's the end. Bottom line is a big summation. Bottom line is once you have a roof built, you cannot you cannot change the bird's mouth depth and seat, and that's what started this whole thing. Done.